All right. Okay, please be seated.
Jones, who's like the seventh person who has the unit, so they're only no longer.
Okay, stay still at 10 o'clock, so, okay. All right, good morning, everybody. This is the 11 o'clock calendar. It is July 29th, 2025. When I call your name, you'll stand behind the podium and give me, I'll have to strike that actually before we go any further. Could the interpreter identify themselves for the record, please?
Yes, of course. Good morning, Your Honor. This is Lázaro Fernandez, court interpreter.
Okay. This is the 11 o'clock calendar for July 29th, 2025.
Muy bien, esa es la agenda matutina de las 11 de la mañana del día 29 de julio del 2025.
When I call your name, please stand behind the podium and give me your name and your date of birth.
Cuando convoque su nombre, por favor, párese detrás del podio y me dice su nombre y fecha de nacimiento, por favor.
I'm not going to say out loud all of your release conditions, but they will be on your paperwork so you can review them.
No mencionaré en voz alta todas sus medidas cautelares, pero esas aparecerán en el documento que les será entregado y pueden ustedes repasarlas.
At a minimum, it'll say do not drive without a valid driver's license.
Como mínimo,
okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I apologize for interrupting, Your Honor. You may continue.
And no drugs without a valid prescription.
Como mínimo va a reflejar ese documento que no debe usted manejar sin tener una licencia de manejo válida y vigente y no encontrarse en tenencia de drogas si no tiene usted una receta válida para estas.
Okay. For those of you who I set a secured appearance bond, you can go through a bonding company.
Para las personas a las cuales fije yo una fianza respaldada, pueden ustedes recibir los servicios de una compañía de fiancistas judiciales.
Okay. There should be it's my understanding the bonding companies do accept collect calls.
Tengo entendido que esas compañías de fiancistas aceptan llamadas donde pagan ellos al recibir la llamada.
On some of the walls in the jail are names and phone numbers of bonding companies. If you cannot find one, please ask one of the officers for assistance.
En algunas de las paredes de las cárceles aparecen los nombres y números telefónicos de algunas compañías de fiancistas. Si no pueden ustedes ubicar uno, pueden pedirle la información a uno de los agentes de detención en la cárcel.
Okay, give me one. Jesús Figueroa Quintero.
Muy bien, por favor, Jesús Figueroa Quintero.
Behind the podium, please. Okay.
Detrás del podio, por favor.
¿Cómo? Okay. Señor, your name and your date of birth, please.
Señor, me dice por favor su nombre y fecha de nacimiento.
Jesús Omar Figueroa Quintero, 15 de febrero del 91.
Jesús Omar Figueroa Quintero, February 15th, 91.
Okay. Sir, is Spanish your primary language?
Señor, ¿el español es su idioma primario?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you need the assistance of a Spanish interpreter to assist you in understanding your proceedings?
Y requiere usted de los servicios de un intérprete judicial para que le asista y entienda usted esa gestión.
So, sí.
Well, yeah,
Sí.
yes.
Oh, okay. All right, so I will appoint the office of the court interpreter, so you'll have a Spanish interpreter to assist you during the course of your case.
Muy bien, voy a nombrar entonces a la oficina del intérprete judicial para que tenga usted los servicios del intérprete durante el transcurso de su caso.
Ok, está bien.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Sir, you are charged with the following things.
Bueno, señor, se le acusa a usted de lo siguiente:
Burglary in second degree, trafficking stolen property in the second degree, both class 3 felonies.
se le acusa de allanamiento de morada con fines delictivos en el segundo grado y también el tráfico de bienes robados en el segundo grado. Ambos son delitos de clase 3.
And the rest of the charges are class 4 felonies. Possession of dangerous drugs, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, taking the identity of another, and 2 counts of forgery.
Y bueno, el resto de las acusaciones son delitos de clase 4. Tenencia de drogas nocivas, tenencia de un arma prohibida, el suplantar la identidad de alguien más y 2 acusaciones de tenencia de instrumento de falsificación.
Okay. I'm appointing a lawyer for you.
Estoy nombrando a un abogado para que le represente.
The prosecutors were asking for a bond of $35,000 for you, but I'm not going to make it that high.
La fiscalía estaba sugiriendo que impusiera yo una fianza de $35,000 en su caso, pero no la voy a fijar así de alta.
Bond will be set in a secured appearance bond, the amount of $10,000, which means you can go through a bonding company.
La fianza quedará fijada como una fianza respaldada de $10,000, lo que quiere decir que puede usted proceder y obtener esa mediante una compañía de fiancista.
Your next court dates will be at 8:30 in the morning at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix.
Su próxima fecha de comparecencia va a ser a las 8:30 de la mañana en el 175 al oeste de la calle Madison en Phoenix.
You'll have a status conference on August 4th, and at this time, a witness preliminary hearing is scheduled for August 7th.
Bueno, va a tener usted una consulta de actualización el día 4 de agosto y una audiencia preliminar con testigo fijada para el día 7 de agosto.
You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims, and not to possess any weapons.
No debe de regresar usted al lugar de los supuestos hechos, no debe tener contacto con ninguna de las supuestas víctimas y no debe encontrarse en tenencia usted de ningún arma.
Okay, if you would step to your left, please.
Si puede, por favor, pasar a su izquierda.
Okay, and can you make a general announcement to see if anyone else needs your assistance?
And then go ahead and sit over there.
Of course, Your Honor. Buenos días. ¿Se encuentra alguien más presente esta mañana que requiera de los servicios del intérprete judicial?
You don't see any hands, do you, officer? Officer, you don't see any hands from the interpreter, do you? Anyone else?
I can go confirm though for you.
Yeah, he just made the announcement. I just want to make sure.
Does anyone else need an interpreter? No?
Interprete? Okay, okay, thank you. All right, thank you very much. Have a good morning, the rest of the morning. All right,
Thank
take
you,
care.
Honor. You as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, Briss Montano. Step over there, please. Your name and date of birth, please.
Prisa Montano, June 27, 1979.
Okay. You are charged with a possession of dangerous drugs, possession for sale of dangerous drugs, a Class 2 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Mass Street. You have a status conference at 8:30 in the morning on August 4th. At this time, you have witness preliminary hearing set for August 7th at 8:30. Your attorney will talk to you about that. No drugs without a valid prescription. The prosecutors were asking for a cash bond of $100,000. I'm making it $75,000 cash bond. But if you are able to post your bond, you'll have an ankle bracelet, and you'll be under the supervision of pretrial services, and you can only leave your home during hours approved by pretrial services. All right, step to your left, please.
Your paperwork's gonna be right here.
Her bond amount.
Yes.
Hers?
Yes.
Okay.
It's funny, when I was there in Chambers, they had one thing, they got here, it's totally different.
Yeah, it's 75, right?
Yeah.
The original one I sent you was 50.
Yeah, I
Let
know.
me see your paperwork. I'll bring it up to you, you just have to.
Okay.
Joshua Adams.
Right behind that gentleman.
Joshua Adams.
Good morning.
Morning. Okay, so your name and date of birth, please.
November 27, 1993.
And your name.
Joshua Wayne Adams.
Okay, you just had a hold put on you for probation violation just a very short time ago. Okay, let's just talk about that. You're on probation for a Class 3 felony. If I remember correctly, this is for aggravated assault. Let me see if I check my notes on that. Yeah, as a Class 3 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 201 West Jefferson for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 5th, 8:30. You're alleged to have violated term number 1. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, you can't possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. And I've said bond for you in the amount of $500, security appearance bond. Now remember, that's August 5th and 201 West Jefferson. You have a new case, criminal trespass in the first degree, Class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you, like I pointed on the other case, but initially you'll be in two different courthouses, and they'll probably be combined. On that one, there'll be a status conference on August 4th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison for a status conference. A witness preliminary hearing on August 7th at 8:30. When you're on August 4th, mention to your lawyer, just remind him or her that you have the probation violation the next day. All right? Same thing about contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Can't return to the scene of the alleged crime. No contact with the alleged victim. No drugs. No weapons. No alcohol. Okay, and bond in this one is set in the amount of a security appearance bond of $2,500. Step to your left, please. Step to your left, please.
Joshua?
Morgan Mashinsky.
Have a seat where the gentleman's at.
Okay, so your name and date of birth, please.
Morgan Brzezinski, 12/03, 1996.
Okay. So you got two matters before me. Both are probation violations. You're alleged to violate terms 3 and 4. You'll have the same court date for both, and I'm appointing a lawyer for you. One is tampering with a witness probation. The other one, drug paraphernalia. I guess you're alleged to violate terms 3 and 4. Okay. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Your probation revocation arraignment hearing will be August 5th at 8:30. In regard to the tampering with witness probation, which is 2020-12838, bond was set by another judge in the amount of $750. In regard to the possession of drug paraphernalia probation, which is 2025-103-689, another judge said bond fee about $100. So your total bond is $850. If you post your bond, you better contact your probation officer promptly and show up for court, or else you could lose your bond and a warrant could issue. All right, so step to your left, please.
Paperwork right there.
All right, Frederick Johansson.
Frederick Johansson, December 975.
Okay, sir, you've got a total of 3 matters before me. They're all probation violations, so you get to appoint a lawyer for you on each one. Your court dates for each one will be August 5th at 8:30 for a revocation arraignment hearing on 201 West Jefferson. And likewise, same conditions, contact the probation officer within 72 hours release, can't consume or possess any alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. All right, here, as I said, you're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 4 on each one of them. Actually, I think, let me double check, I think maybe 3 and 5. I may have just written it wrong. The 3 and 4, okay. Okay, so let's, in regard to, you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia for both of them. And in each one of them, another judge set bond for you. I'm sorry, let me strike that, Mr. Johansson. You've got a total of 2 probation violations and 1 new case, so let me start over again. Appoint a lawyer for you on the probation violations. In 2023, 129487, on probation for a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing a lawyer for you, and your court date will be August 5th at 8:30, 201 West Jefferson. Alleged to violate terms 3 and 5. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. On that one, bond is set in the amount of $500. In the other probation violation, 2021 1142595. Once again, appointing a lawyer for you. Same court date, same alleged violations. Another $500 security appearance bond, and same other release conditions. All right. Then you have a new case, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you on that one. This one will be day before August 4th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. Talk to your lawyer about this so he or she knows about your probation violation. All right. So that's a day earlier for the status conference. Witness film hearing is August 7th at 8:30. Same release conditions such as contacting probation officer within 72 hours release. No weapons, no alcohol, and no drugs without a valid prescription. Bond is set in the amount of $100 total on that one. So the total amount is $1,100 security appearance bond. All right, step to your left, please. Is Shania Warner here from Phoenix yet? Oh, I guess that's the one you're talking to me about, right?
No, Jones, the next one.
Oh, next one, okay. All right, your name and date of birth, please.
Shania Warner, 11/23/96.
All right, you're here on a new case and 4 probation violations. All right, and I'm appointing a lawyer for you on all your probation violations. Your court date will be the same for those, which is August 5 at 8:30 for revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson. You're alleged to violate term number 1. Same conditions for all your probation violations. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours. No drugs without a valid prescription. No consumption or possession of alcohol. No drugs. No weapons. You're alleged to violate term 1 in regard to all of them. In 2024 124972, bond is set in the amount of $250. In 2024, 4118364. Your bond is $250, security appearance bond. In 2024, 117910. Another $250 security appearance bond. In 2023, 141366. Again, a $250 security appearance bond. All the release conditions the same, so it's $1,000 total for that. Now you have a new case then for 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs and 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you. And this one, you'll be at the 175 West Madison Street on August 4th at 8:30 for a status conference. Witness prelim hearing 3 days later on August 7th at 8:30. Ultimately, probably be combined into the 175 West Madison Street Courthouse. Another $250 bond, so it's $1,250 and the same release conditions as the other ones. All right, step to your left, please. Is Michael Jones here yet from Phoenix?
Yes, sir.
Oh, excellent, okay. Oh. Morning, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Michael Jones, June 11, 1984.
Okay. You just were seen by a Phoenix judge? Is that right? What'd they do?
Who?
The Phoenix, you just got seen by a Phoenix judge?
Yes.
What did they do?
They just gave me a bond.
They gave you a bond, okay. Okay, because you're here on 2 matters, a new case and a probation violation. On the probation matter, you're on probation on a, for class 4 felony. I appoint a lawyer for you. Your court date be a revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson, August 5th at 8:30. You're alleged to violate terms 3 and 5. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, no possession or consumption of any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Bond is set in the amount of $100. Okay, ultimately, this will be combined with your new case. So you got 2 or 3, and you'll have a different lawyer initially, but it'll eventually be the same courthouse, okay? For this one, your courthouse will be 201 West Jefferson for, let me strike that.
Right. I did change this one because her body changed, so I crossed it out. I wrote it.
I hear new charge of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 4 and class 6. Appointing a lawyer for you. This one you'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference, August 4th at 8:30, and witness prelim hearing on August 7th at 8:30. Same release conditions, such as contact your probation officer in 72 hours, and bond is set in amount of $250 security appearance bond. So you combine them all, but don't get confused with your Phoenix charges. It's good. You gotta make sure you make all your court dates, because if you don't also, that could be another basis for violating your probation if you miss court. Okay? All right, step to your left, please.
The paperwork for everybody.
Jason Carnes, Keams, K-E-A-M-S.
I don't know how Kina brought me those. She only had just her door one.
Jason Keams, K-E-A-M-S.
So I just wrote it all down just to save myself.
Morning, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Jason Keams, 10/11/83.
You get to about 4 probation violation matters before me. I'm pointing up 1 lawyer for you, okay? And your court dates for all of them will be on August 5th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson for a probation revocation arraignment hearing. On them, you're all alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5. And on, if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You're not to possess any weapons. You can't possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs with a valid prescription. And another judge has already set bond for you for each one of them, $250. That's $1,250 secured bond to get out. To get out, contact your probation officer promptly and make it to court. All right, step to your left, please.
Paperwork right here.
Anthony Wright.
Sit down, have a seat.
Anthony Wright. By the podium. Your name and date of birth, please.
Anthony Wright, 22191.
You're here on for probation violation, sir, and because you're on probation possession of dangerous drugs. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date for your revocation arraignment hearing at 201 West Jefferson on August 5th at 8:30. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours release. No alcohol, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Another judge set bond for you in the amount of $250 secured appearance bond. Step to your left, please.
Paperwork right there.
Annabella McDonald. Your name and date of birth, please.
Annabella McDonald, May 3rd of 92.
Zero here. Okay, you have 2 probation violation matters and 1 new matter. On the probation violations, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. In CR 2024-134368, and then also in 2024-146536. And I'm setting bond for $100 on both, so a total of $200 on that. Make sure you contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You show up for court, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs with a valid prescription. So August 5 at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. All right. Now, you have a new case. Shoplifting, Class 4 felony, theft, Class 6 felony, false reporting to law enforcement, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Those are Class 1 misdemeanors. Appointing a lawyer for you on that. This one will be at 175 West Madison on August 4th, the day before, at 8:30, and a witness film hearing on August 7th. Talk to your lawyer about your probation violation, which is going to be the next day. Same release conditions, such as contact your probation officer, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs. All right, and bond in that one is set in the amount of a secured appearance bond of $1,000. So put that on top of the other bond, and you'll be able, if you post those bonds, you'll be able to get out. All right, step to your left, please.
Annabelle?
Scott Bardell.
Annabelle?
Scott Bardell, 1/4/1996.
I'm a little louder though.
Annabelle?
I heard the name, but just the date of birth.
1/4/1996.
Okay, so you got 2 matters. One is a probation violation, appointing a lawyer for you. You'll likewise have a revocation arraignment hearing on August 5 at 201 West Jefferson at 8:30. You're alleged to have violated term number 1. You get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. Can't possess, consume any alcohol, no weapons, no drugs with a valid prescription. I said bond for you in the amount of $100 secured appearance bond. And then you have a new case. I'm appointing a lawyer for you on that one, and they'll be combined at the same place. But while your August 4th is for your probation revocation hearing at 201. You have the new charges of possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6. Hold on one second. I got to change one thing here. They were finding you ineligible for an attorney, but I'm appointing one for you on both, so I gotta just change that. Okay, so I made that change. So anyway, you'll have a status conference at 175 West Mass Street on August 4th at 8:30, which is a different courthouse from probation violation. That'll be on August 4th at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing is scheduled for August 7th at 8:30. Same other release conditions such as contacting your probation officer and the weapons and alcohol prohibitions also. All right, step to your left, please.
Hold right here real quick. I'll go to your paperwork in a minute.
I have a change to the release order.
Oh, she has changed on that one. I did.
Oh, okay.
I appointed a lawyer for him. That's all. David Hummer.
I'll bring your paperwork out there in a minute. Have a seat.
Okay. So your name and date of birth, please.
David Hummer, 9/22/1993.
All right, sir. You got a new chart
I'll cross this one out.
of possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. State was asking for a $5,000 bond. Your record in failing to appear doesn't help you, but I'm going to release you to pretrial, excuse me.
Okay. I keep getting their FC.
I'm appointing a lawyer for you, and I'm releasing you to pretrial services. You get a packet, read it carefully, because you have to be in compliance with you have to contact them, make sure you're in compliance with them, and make sure you're getting drug tested. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your court date, don't lose your paperwork, is August 13th at 8:30. For status conference, witness preliminary hearing is 2 days later on August 15th at 175 West Madison Street in Phoenix. Now, you got an open case in Phoenix, but that was, let's see if we have any. Did you go to court in Phoenix yesterday?
No.
Okay.
So I was in here for 2 weeks, and they told me Scottsdale had a hold on me.
Yeah.
But then they released me because Scottsdale wasn't coming to pick me up. But
Oh.
then literally I got picked up because of the warrant in Scottsdale. So I don't.
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, but I was saying I showed a hold out of Scottsdale. So if they're going to pick you up, you'd be seen there tomorrow morning. But doesn't look like you have a hold out of Phoenix. The officer can verify that. Okay, it's just an open case. It's just an open case in Phoenix.
This is Hummer?
Yeah.
I'm mentioning that so you don't get any surprises, by the way.
No, I just have him for, yeah, he's been helped by Scottsdale.
Yeah, but not for Phoenix.
No, I don't.
So remember,
think
you're gonna have
it
3
would be
different,
just
you got all these different places to go to. Your Superior Court, Scottsdale, and Phoenix. So don't lose your paperwork, okay?
Scottsdale.
If you post your bond, so you don't want to lose your bonds, okay? All right, so August 13th at 8:30, and for status conference preliminary hearing August 15th, by him appointing a lawyer for you, all right?
Okay.
All right, so read your information carefully, so you'll be in compliance, because you are getting out here, but you're not getting out until you see Scottsdale.
Okay.
See what they.
That's if Scottsdale comes against me. It's like the same scenario.
By tomorrow morning.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Robert Moss. And so your name and date of birth, please.
Robert Moss, April 8th, 1989.
Okay, sir, you've got a total of 4 matters before me. Just want to get this, look at my notes in regard to this. Three of them are probation violations, one's a new case, okay? On the probation violations, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date, for all, will be August 5 at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. A new case will be in 175 West Madison, but everything will be moved eventually to the same place on the South Court Tower, 175 West Madison. But make sure you mention to your lawyer, because probation verification is August 5. Your new case will be on August 4th. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you get out, contact your probation officer in 72 hours. No weapons, can't consume or possess any alcohol, no drugs with a valid prescription. All right. Let me just double check something. In regard to 2024-106622, well, first of all, you're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 5 on the probation violations. Bond on that one will be $500 security appearance bond. In 2024-107196, bond is set amount of $250 security appearance bond. And you have a new case. Possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. This one will be, as I told you, at 175 West Madison, August 4th at 8:30 for status conference. Witness preliminary hearing is August 7th at 8:30. Same release conditions such as contacting your probation officer, etc., and no weapons. I misspoke saying you had a third probation violation. It's actually a warrant at a surprise city court on 2 counts of criminal trespass. A lawyer will be appointed for you at the next court date. Now, I don't know if they can transport you to get you there on time, but you have an arraignment hearing surprise on August 5 at 1:30. Let your lawyer in Superior Court know about that also, so because I don't want there to be a warrant for you. Okay, keep that in mind. Can't return to the scene of the alleged crime, and all the other release conditions, like I mentioned, can't initiate contact with the alleged victim or complainant. So that they transport you, I'm setting bond of $50 on that one, so otherwise they wouldn't transport you. Okay, all right, very good. Step to your left, please.
Right there.
Efrain Castro.
Yes, that's under the podium.
Your name, date of birth, please.
06-26-04.
And your name.
Efrain Castro.
Okay, Mr. Castro, you are charged with aggravated assault, a class 6 felony. Appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 on August 13th for a status conference. Preliminary hearing is set for August 15th, 8:30. The state wanted a $5,000 bond for you. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. Make sure you look at your paperwork. Make sure you contact them, be in compliance with them. It will be about 4 hours before you get out. Okay. Do not return to the scene of alleged crime. Do not initiate contact with any alleged victims. Do you understand that? But if you're smart, you'll show up for court and obey your, be in compliance with pretrial services. All right? Step to your left, please.
Good work right there.
Robert Rodriguez.
What's up? Yes. It's going to take a few hours.
Good morning, sir.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Robert Guzman Rodriguez, April 1st, 1996.
Okay, sir, you're charged with driving with license suspended, reckless driving and exceeding speed limit by more than 20 miles per hour. It's at the Desert Ridge Justice Court. The address will be in your paperwork. Sir, I'm not going to pass any judgment about this, but if the allegations are correct, slow down. It's a danger to yourself and to others.
I apologize.
I mean, really, the allegations are going way, way too fast. You'll be at the Desert Ridge Justice Court on August 18th at 1:30. You better show up. Okay, make sure you drive without a valid driver's license, because I assume you've not enjoyed your last few hours here in the jail. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, so make sure you make it to court. Don't lose your paperwork, okay?
I'll do that, sir.
It'll
Thank you.
probably be about 4 hours before the processing is done before you get out. All right, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Paperwork's right there.
Sienna Chavez.
No, just have a seat. Just have a seat.
Your name and date of birth, please.
Shiana Chavez, 02212004.
22104?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you've got the following charges. Assault, class 1 misdemeanor. Aggravated assault, class 4 felony. Resisting arrest. That's not right. I got to change the level of felony here. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to leave it as it is. It's not the right level, but they'll change it. When you get to complaint, it'll tell you what the right level is. Assault, aggravated assault, resisting arrest, failure to be a police officer, and failure to show a driver's license or ID. I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have your status conference on August 4th at 8:30, witness preliminary hearing August 7th at 175 West Madison. I said I appoint a lawyer for you. You cannot initiate contact with any alleged victim or victims. Bond is, it'll be a security appearance bond of $500. If you post your bond, you better make it to court. Step to your left, please.
Paperwork's right there.
Corrine Werner,
She's going to be, in,
house call. Oh, that's right, I see that now. Why is she a house call?
danger to self, Naswell?
Oh, N-A-S-W?
Yes.
I never know how to pronounce it. Naswa. Okay.
Yeah, Naswell.
All right. She's got two matters. One is a new case, possession of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia, class 4 and class 6. Appoint a lawyer for her. Her court date will be a status conference on August 4th at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing on August 7th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. If she gets out, she must contact her probation officer in 72 hours. No drugs without a valid prescription. And she's got a probation violation. It should be a revocation arraignment hearing on August 5th at 201 West Jefferson. No weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. She has to contact her probation officer within 72 hours. Bond is set amount of $250 on that. Okay. So we are in recess.
If it doesn't, then let me know and I'll go to the other one in the office.
No, he has three. So, he has one case number, but he has three cases. That's why I just make sure so I know I'm marking him. Who's on? So, Monica. No bond or non-bond. Not for people here, so. And once he comes in, he'll grab that. Grab his paperwork to grab. All right.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for Tuesday, July 29th.
Buenas tardes a todos, yo soy la comisionada Hughes. Este es el calendario de la comparecencia inicial de las 2 de la tarde del día 29 de julio.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA samples and fingerprints issued on the first calendar of July will apply to the hearings on this calendar.
Las órdenes emitidas el 1 del mes con respecto a la toma de huellas dactilares y muestras de ADN aplican en estos casos.
Before we get started here this afternoon, I want to make you all aware of two important rights that you have.
Antes de comenzar, quiero informarles de dos derechos importantes que tienen.
First, you all have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case.
Primero que nada, todos tienen el derecho de un abogado en un caso penal.
Second, you all have the right to remain silent.
En segundo lugar, tienen el derecho de permanecer en silencio.
Unless you have made arrangements with a private lawyer to represent you for this hearing this afternoon, there will not be a lawyer in the courtroom present for your defense.
A menos de que hayan hecho arreglos para que un abogado privado esté con ustedes aquí el día de hoy, no vamos a tener un abogado presente para ustedes.
Anything that you choose to say in the courtroom this afternoon will be preserved on the court recording and can be used against you at any point down the line in these criminal proceedings.
Cualquier cosa que digan en estas diligencias se quedará grabado y podría ser usado en su contra en diligencias futuras.
Because you will not have a lawyer in here and because anything you say could be used against you, I will strongly caution all of you against making any statements regarding the facts about why you're here.
Debido a que no tienen un abogado presente aquí y a que cualquier cosa que digan se puede usar en su contra, les advierto que no digan nada con respecto a los hechos de su caso.
Last thing, all of the information that you get while you're in the courtroom will be given to you in a written document.
Por último, toda la información que les dé yo la recibirán por escrito en un documento.
So please don't feel like you need to memorize the information you're getting while you're in the courtroom, but please keep the document you're handed when you step back into that room with you wherever you go from here this afternoon.
Así de que no sientan que tienen que memorizar todo, guarden el documento que les den después de su audiencia.
Okay, can I please have Francisco Lira Fajardo into the courtroom behind the gray podium?
Francisco Rodolfo Lira Fajardo pase a la sala en el podium.
Martín Sierra Castrejón, if you would take a seat in one of these blue chairs right inside the door, please. Okay, sir, can I please have your full name and date of birth?
Nombre completo y fecha de nacimiento.
Francisco Rodolfo Lira Fajardo, 20 de diciembre de 1996.
Francisco Rodolfo Lira Fajardo, December 20th, 1996.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on allegations of new charges.
Gracias, señor. Usted está aquí porque tiene acusaciones nuevas.
The allegations against you are 1 count of aggravated assault, a class 4 felony.
Sus acusaciones son un punto acusatorio de agresión con agravantes, que es delito categoría 4.
1 count of unlawful imprisonment, a class 6 felony.
Un punto acusatorio de detener ilegalmente a una persona, que es un delito categoría 6.
And 1 count of assault, a class 1 misdemeanor.
Y un punto acusatorio de agresión, que es falta categoría número 1.
I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you.
Determino que existe motivo fundado con respecto a estas acusaciones y le he asignado un abogado para que lo represente.
Your next court hearings on these allegations will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. Those will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Sus próximas audiencias serán una audiencia de repaso el 4 de agosto y una audiencia preliminar el 7 de agosto en el Tribunal Superior a las 8:30 de la mañana.
Because at least one of these allegations is a felony offense alleged to have been committed while you were on pretrial release in 2 different existing felony cases, you are not eligible for release on bond.
Debido a que al menos una de estas acusaciones es una acusación por un delito, mientras usted tenía liberación bajo control de procesados en otros 2 delitos, usted no es elegible para salir bajo fianza.
That means you will be held in custody without bail at least until an evidentiary hearing is held. That hearing will be August 5th at 1:30 downtown.
Eso significa que se quedará detenido sin derecho a fianza al menos hasta que se realice una audiencia de desahogo de pruebas. Esa audiencia será el 5 de agosto a la 1:30.
Between now and that hearing on August 5th, you will be held without bond.
Entre ahora y esa audiencia del 5 de agosto se quedará detenido sin derecho a fianza.
Do you understand that information?
¿Entiende esa información?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back to your left and get your paperwork.
Gracias, pase a la izquierda.
Can I please have Martín Sierra Castrejón into the courtroom behind the podium?
Your Honor, would you like me to make an announcement just in case?
He is a Spanish speaker, so I need your help with this one. And then, after this one, yeah.
I only had one, so okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Señor, nombre
Okay,
completo,
sir, can I
fecha de nacimiento.
Martín Sierra Castrejón, 11 de noviembre del 83.
Martín Sierra Castrejón, November 1183.
Thank you very much, sir. You are here on allegations of new charges.
Gracias, señor. Usted está aquí porque tiene acusaciones nuevas.
Those allegations are 2 counts of aggravated assault, both class 3 felonies.
2 puntos acusatorios de agresión con agravantes que son delitos categoría 3.
And 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence, a class 6 felony.
Y un punto acusatorio de manejar ebrio con agravantes que es delito categoría 6.
I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you.
Determino que existe motivo fundado para esas acusaciones y le he asignado un defensor público para que lo represente.
Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. Both of them will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Sus próximas audiencias serán el 4 de agosto, una audiencia de repaso y otra el 7 de agosto a las 8:30 de la mañana.
On these allegations, you have a $15,000 secured appearance bond.
En estas acusaciones tiene una fianza de $15,000.
If you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services for regular alcohol testing.
Si usted deposita el dinero de la fianza, quedará en libertad bajo la Agencia de Control de Procesados con monitoreo de consumo de alcohol.
If you post that bond and you are released to pretrial for alcohol testing, upon release, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription.
Si usted deposita el dinero de la fianza y queda en libertad bajo supervisión de la Agencia de Procesados, no tendrá derecho a poseer ni consumir bebidas alcohólicas o drogas si no tiene receta.
If released, you would also be prohibited from operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, or from from having any passenger under the age of 18 in a vehicle that you may operate.
Queda en libertad. Se le prohíbe manejar si no tiene licencia de manejar válida y también se le prohíbe manejar con algún pasajero que sea menor de 18 años.
Do you understand those conditions?
¿Entiende esas condiciones? Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back to your left. Please don't forget your hat behind you.
Hacia la izquierda.
Okay, now, Madam Interpreter, if you would please make an inquiry of the gallery before you disconnect.
Absolutely. ¿Hay alguien más que necesite intérprete en español? Si es así, levanten la mano. Any hands?
Officers, can one of you tell me if there's any hands raised in the gallery, please?
There are none, ma'am.
Okay.
There are none, but this gentleman said he needs to use restroom.
Okay, all right. No hands raised for the purpose of Spanish interpretation. Madam Interpreter, thank you very much. You are free to disconnect.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, before we call the next person, I do need to read one preliminary advisement, so if you'll all bear with me. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, please be advised that you have rights under Arizona law. Those rights, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, the right to a speedy trial and to be present at court proceedings. You have the right to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney. You have the right to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling, and sentencing. You also have the right to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you a loss. If you are the victim of a crime pending before this court and you have not yet been provided a written statement of the victim's rights under Arizona law, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Counsel, are you ready?
I'm just going to look at the state's recommendation really quick.
Oh, okay. I think he'll tell it to you.
Okay, that's fine.
Can we do like a quick review and slow walk to the podium? Okay. Okay. If you will then slow walk to your client and then have him slow walk to the podium while you look at that, you'll be next.
Understood. Thank you, Judge.
Brianna Coops, if you would please work your way to one of these blue chairs right inside this door. Officer, are there 2 chairs in there or just one? There's two. Okay, Brianna Coops, if you would please occupy the first chair. Jose Aki, if I could ask you to please occupy the second chair. The 2 of you will be the next 2 in line into the courtroom. Okay, Mr. Morales, I will call Mr. Fiola next if you are ready.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
Come on up here, stand right next to your lawyer if you would, please, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I am going to call the matter of Robert Fiola. Mr. Fiola, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Can I start by asking you to please state your name, date of birth for me?
Yes, Robert Fiola. Date of birth is, I was born July 6, 1940.
Thank you, Mr. Fiola. Appearance of counsel for the state in this matter.
Nathan Morales for the state. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morales. Thank you for joining us. Appearance of counsel for the defendant.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon. Jason Carpal with DM Cantor on behalf of Mr. Fiola, who is obviously present and in custody, and it is a limited notice of appearance, Your Honor.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Carpal. Thank you for joining us. Noted the limited notice of appearance. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Sir, if I could ask you to please have a seat. Okay, Mr. Fiola, you are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is 1 count of murder in the 2nd degree. It is a Class 1 felony. Based on my review of the information provided to me by law enforcement regarding the factual allegations in this case, I am inclined to find probable cause to support that allegation. Before I do that, Mr. Carpel, any information the defense wishes me to consider in regards to probable cause only will get to release here in a minute.
Thank you, Judge. With respect to probable cause, I would just point out, according to the Form 4, this appears to be a self-defense issue and argument, so I'd ask the court to take that into consideration when it determines whether or not they believe 2nd degree would be appropriate or whether or not a voluntary or involuntary manslaughter would be more appropriate.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Carpel. Response, counter-argument, any other information the state wishes me to consider in regards to probable cause only at this point, Mr. Morales?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Based on my review of the Form 4, I am finding probable cause to support the allegation. Mr. Carpel, I hear your arguments, and I do understand them. Whether or not a defendant has a defense to an allegation, also, I suppose, potentially whether the allegation could more properly be proven, whether a lesser included offense of the alleged allegation could better properly be proven would be something that certainly could happen and would be addressed down the line. For purposes of this proceeding, I take the information in the Form 4 as true. Based on that information, I do find probable cause to support this allegation. Mr. Fiola, your lawyer can probably explain this a little bit better to you later on, but what that means is for purposes of this hearing, I assume that the information law enforcement has provided me is true, and then I say, if that information is proven at trial, would the minimum elements of the alleged crime be met? and my determination here is that they would be. You certainly have every right to defend yourself against this allegation. You and your lawyer have every right to challenge the information in that document. That will happen later on in the proceedings, though. Okay, Mr. Fiola, I have determined that you would be entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, so I've appointed a public defender to represent you for this matter after this hearing. You have every right to continue in this case with Mr. Carpel and his law firm or any other private lawyer if you wish to. If you do not make an agreement with Mr. Carpel or any other private lawyer after this hearing, you will be represented by the public defender's office. Your next court hearings in this matter will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. Those two hearings will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Okay, I am going to ask for argument and recommendation regarding release conditions in this matter. On this one, I'm going to start with the state. Mr. Morales, recommendation regarding release. If you could talk nice and loud too, please.
Yes, Your Honor, I just want to clarify that you have received my written recommendation.
Yes, I have.
I don't have anything to add to my written recommendation, Your Honor.
Okay, for purposes of the recording then, and since I may have misled Mr. Carpel earlier stating that you would announce your recommendation on the recording, I will tell you that the written recommendation I received from the state asks for a $1 million cash bond. It asks, in addition, for no contact with any witness and an order that the defendant not leave the state if bond is posted. It looks like, based on the state's recommendation, the state's primary concern and primary basis for that recommendation is their belief that the defendant poses a flight risk. Any mischaracterization of that recommendation that you want to correct, Mr. Morales?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Carpel, response, counter-argument, recommendation regarding release.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate that. Your Honor, we're asking for the court to impose either a $50,000 or $100,000 secured appearance bond. Understanding that in light of the charges, the defendant, Mr. Fiola, is 85 years old. He's got no prior criminal history. He is not a flight risk. We ask if the court believes he is a flight risk, they can impose electronic monitoring, although at his age that is going to be extremely difficult for him to be able to keep up and monitor that and to keep that charge, just in my brief discussion with him. Albeit, we are asking that he be released either to a medical facility, specifically for mental health. There is possible early stages of dementia, which we would ask that he be medically evaluated for. I believe the court may be able to ascertain that from their own interaction with the defendant. Furthermore, if he is released to a medical facility and after that he is ultimately released, we would ask that he have the ability to reside with his other daughter, not to return to the scene of the crime with that daughter, the allegation, I should say, not to return to the scene, but he does have another daughter that if he is able to, and she of course would be willing to, if he's released from the medical facility, we'd ask that he be able to reside with her. I do believe that a $50,000 to $100,000 bond is appropriate. He has hired private counsel to be here for the initial appearance. He's not a flight risk. His entire family resides here in Arizona. His grandson and granddaughter are both in the lobby right now watching as we speak. They've been in constant communication and contact. His wife is also 85 years old, is his caretaker. He takes a significant amount of medication. I have received permission and consent from him to disclose those medications to the court. He takes and I may be mispronouncing these, so I apologize, duloxetine, lisinopril, amlodipine, allopurinol, and then something that's significantly important is called Lokelma, Lokaelma. That is a kidney medication. He has stage 4. It's a kidney disease. The way he described it is that's almost a kidney failure. Once it goes to stage 5, which is the next stage, he would be in dialysis. So I'd ask the court to take that into consideration. He's resided in Arizona since 1972. Again, he's not a flight risk. I understand the state's, respectfully, I understand the state's argument and concern. In this circumstance, he quite literally would have nowhere else to go, no one to be with. He's willing to abide by the court's release conditions. If the purpose of the $1 million cash only bond is for purposes of potential flight risk, the court has other avenues to alleviate that concern with electronic monitoring, for example. But we are asking for a $50,000 to $100,000 secured appearance bond, so he is able to at least potentially post that. If he is in fact released or he's able to post that, we would ask the court give him permission to go to a medical facility specifically for mental health. And if that does in fact occur and he's ultimately released from, or discharged, I should say is the best terminology, from that medical facility with permission and consent, we would ask that he be able to reside with other family members that are not witnesses and that are not involved.
We wrote only on Social Security. That's my income.
And Your Honor, I believe the court is aware of this, but what was just said on the record is his only income is in fact Social Security. He doesn't have the financial means to be a flight risk.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Carpel. I have a couple questions for you. I think the answer to this is yes, putting several things you said together, but the other daughter that you asked the defendant that the defendant might be able to reside with upon release lives in Arizona, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor, in Phoenix.
Okay, and is my understanding that the defendant's wife is a alleged witness to the underlying events correct?
That would be correct, Your Honor.
But she is his only caretaker currently?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so in light of that, I would ask that he be able to have contact with his wife only.
Understood. Okay, thank you all very much. I have received and reviewed the state's written recommendation in this case. I have heard and am considering the oral statements made in court here on behalf of the defendant. I do have slight concern, I think, that the defendant might pose a flight risk given the factual allegations, the alleged admissions in this case, and the apparent strength of the state's case at this stage in the proceedings. I don't take lightly that the defendant suffers from medical conditions. I say that to say that I am persuaded that a substantial bond is appropriate in this case. I'm going to set a $500,000 secured appearance bond. If that is posted, I will impose electronic monitoring. I will order that the defendant not return to the scene of the alleged crime. So that means he could not go back to where this occurred. I have no objection to him living with his other daughter. I will impose no contact with the decedent's wife in this case. The defendant can have contact with his wife for any purpose other than discussion of the facts giving rise to the allegations in this case. So certainly, I will not impose an order that stops the defendant's wife from providing any medical care for him, any other type of care. My only order would be that he and his wife not communicate regarding the underlying allegations in this case. Upon release, the defendant would also be ordered not to possess any weapons and not to consume any alcohol or any drugs that he doesn't have a valid prescription for. Okay, anything else I need to address before I excuse this matter, Mr. Morales?
Not from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, anything else I need to address, Mr. Carpel?
And you may have said at the beginning, I apologize if you did, just to confirm, counsel will be appointed in the event he's been deemed in the event he doesn't retain counsel.
That is correct.
Thank
Counsel
you.
has been appointed from here on out.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you all very much. I'm going to make a couple tweaks to this release order. We'll get it printed. Mr. Carpel, I have a full calendar left. If you'd
Sure.
like an opportunity, you're free to
Thank
take
you.
that room with your client.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Morales. You can disconnect if you would like to.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, Brianna Coops, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. Aki, if you would please then shift over to that first chair, and then if I could have Manuel Zavala in the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Brianna Coops, 42984.
Thank you very much, Ms. Coops. You are here on a probation violation warrant issued by the Pinal County Superior Court. If you don't already have a lawyer representing you in that Pinal County case, a lawyer will be appointed for you at your next court hearing. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 1st. It will be at 8:30 in the morning in the Pinal County Superior Court. And on that warrant, the Pinal County judge has indicated you are not eligible for release on bond. That means you will be held in custody without bail, at least until you see the Pinal County judge on August 1st at 8:30. Do you understand that information?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back to your left and get your paperwork. Jose Aki, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. Zavala, if you would shift over, then if I could have Julio Ruiz in the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Jose Aki, 42178.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aki. You are here on allegations of new charges.
Yes.
The allegations against you are 1 count of kidnapping, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault causing temporary disfigurement, that's a Class 3 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault on a bound or restrained victim, that is a Class 4 felony, 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, those 3 counts are Class 4 felonies, 2 counts of preventing or interfering with the use of a telephone in an emergency, 1 count of disorderly conduct involving weapons, those 3 are Class 6 felonies, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of failing to obey a law enforcement officer. Those last 3 counts are misdemeanor offenses. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I have received and reviewed a statement written by the alleged victim in this case.
Who, by who?
By the alleged victim. The alleged victim has indicated that she is hospitalized and suffered substantial injuries. I've also reviewed the factual allegations in this case. I have also reviewed...
She actually said that?
Please don't interrupt me. I've also reviewed your criminal history, which includes at least 7 prior felony convictions, as well as 7 failures to appear in court. Based on all of that information, I have imposed a $100,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot go back to the scene where these alleged events took place. You cannot have contact with the alleged victim or with any alleged witnesses. If you're released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or consume alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. And whether or not you're released from custody, you are ordered to strictly comply with the terms of any orders of protection, if any have been or are later served upon you. Okay, did you have a question?
So the victim said that I heard her? That's my wife. Well,
the alleged victim indicated that she is currently in the hospital recovering from substantial injuries.
Right? Because she's the one that dropped me off in the truck.
Okay, I mean, I'm not here to argue with you.
Okay,
I'm just telling you what the alleged victim has indicated.
And you said there's a weapon?
I'm sorry.
A weapon?
The allegation, well, there's several allegations involving weapons. 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, 1 count of disorderly conduct involving weapons. The factual allegation is that there was a firearm involved in these allegations.
So there's a firearm?
The allegation is that there was a firearm used in these events and recovered by law enforcement. Any other questions, Mr. Rickey?
Yeah, so there was something recovered?
I've answered this question already. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, go ahead. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Manuel Zavala, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mr. Ruiz, if you'd shift over. Ruben Medrano, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Zavala, 11/28/96.
Thank you, Mr. Zavala. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 2 counts of dangerous drug possession for sale, 1 count. 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony. 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony. 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of causing criminal damage, and 1 count of criminal trespassing. Those last 2 are misdemeanor allegations. I did find probable cause to support all of those allegations with the exception of the criminal damage allegation. I did not see any factual allegations to support that charge. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 4th, and then you'll have a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, you have a $25,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released, you cannot go back to the scene where the alleged trespassing offense occurred. You also cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription if you are released. Do you understand those conditions?
How much is that in payment?
So it's $25,000. You can use a bonding company. My general understanding is that bonding companies require a minimum of 10% down, which would be $2,500. But you can contact a bonding company when you get back into the jail. That's just my understanding of what they would require. You should contact them to confirm that. Don't just rely on my word. Okay, any other questions?
Okay,
All right, thank you, Mr. Zavala.
Have a good day, guys. Thank you.
You need to get let out, right? Yeah, okay. I just want to give you a chance to get out before we move people, so.
You guys have a great day. Thanks, Judge.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Have a great day.
Okay, Julio Ruiz, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Manuel Regalado, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Julio Ruiz, June 18, 1977.
This is the father.
77, not 70?
Yeah, 77. They got it wrong.
She just filed.
This might sound like a silly question, but 77 is what's on your driver's license or state-issued ID if you have one, birth certificate?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale. Excuse me, that's a Class 2 felony. 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, and 1 count of possession of a weapon in a drug offense. Those last 2 are Class 4 felonies. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings in this matter will be a status conference August 4th, and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They'll both be at 8:30 downtown. On those allegations, you have a $25,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you are ordered not to possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription upon release. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ruiz. You can step back to your left and go ahead.
The narcotics wasn't for sale, it was personal use.
So talk to your lawyer about that. The reason that I'm finding probable cause for that allegation here today is because the alleged amount, the weight that law enforcement has alleged you were in possession of is over the personal use threshold under Arizona law. Okay. So talk to your lawyer about that. Your lawyer, if that's a defense, can work that out with the trial court when you get to your next hearing. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ruiz. Ruben Medrano, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Richard Wiggins, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Ruben Medrano, 6/25/80.
Thank you very much, Mr. Medrano. You are here on 2 different matters.
Okay.
The first matter that you're here on is a bench warrant issued by the probation court when you failed to appear at a revocation arraignment hearing. I think you already have a lawyer assigned to you in that case. Either way, you are entitled to one, so at your next hearing, a lawyer will be present to represent you. Yes. Your next court hearing in that probation matter will be a new revocation arraignment hearing. It will be August 5th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $50 secured appearance bond.
Okay.
The second matter you're here on is an allegation of a new offense. That allegation is 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. It is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I appointed a public defender to represent you in that case. Okay. Your next court hearings in the new felony allegation will be a status conference August 4th and a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 downtown. Okay. On that new allegation, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Okay. So your total bond will be $5,050. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription once you're released. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me why I had court with the probation? Like, what was, because I barely got out of jail, and I see my probation officer. I didn't understand why I even had court.
Let me see.
Like, I'd seen it like 2 days prior to that, they said I had court. So I didn't
So
know.
it looks like adult probation filed a petition to revoke your probation. That was set for hearing, and when you didn't appear at that hearing, the probation court issued the warrant. Why adult probation attempted to revoke your probation, I don't know, but when you go to court on that probation case, your lawyer can look at that and give you all those underlying facts.
Okay, because I had seen my PO like 2 days prior to that. And
Yeah, it may not have anything to do with checking in with probation. I don't know what the circumstances were. All I know is that adult probation filed a petition to revoke.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. You can go ahead and step back and get your paperwork. Manuel Regalado, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Kurt Sanchez, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Manuel Regalado, 7/21/1995.
Thank you, Mr. Regalado. You are here on two different matters. The first one is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of resisting arrest by physical force, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of causing criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those new allegations, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter that you're here on is a warrant issued by the Tolleson Municipal Court. The underlying allegations in that Tolleson matter look to be misdemeanor, driving on a suspended license, displaying a false license plate, and criminal speeding allegations. You're entitled to a lawyer on that misdemeanor warrant for purposes of release conditions. The lawyer for you in the misdemeanor case will be appointed at your next hearing by that judge. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing August 11th at 8:30 in the Tolleson Municipal Court. On that warrant, you have a $50 secured appearance bond. That means your total bond will be $5,050. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot have contact with the alleged victim of the new allegations. You also cannot possess any weapons or consume alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription if you're released. And whether or not you're released from custody, you are strictly ordered to comply with the terms of any orders of protection, if any have been or are later served upon you. Do you understand all of those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Regalado. You go ahead.
I also have a question. I thought I had to fix that license issue because I had gotten pulled over and I have a license now.
So that may or may not be true. It looks like that warrant was issued July 31st of 2024. That is happening in a case that I don't have records for. So all I know is that as of July 31st, 2024, that court issued a warrant for some reason, and they confirmed today that it's still valid. It could be that you didn't attend a court hearing. It could be that you missed a payment. It could be that you were supposed to take some class and you didn't file a certificate. I don't know exactly what led to the issuance of that warrant, but in your release paperwork, you'll have the address and phone number for that court. Whether or not you post this bond, you can always try to contact that Tolleson court before your next court date. If this was some sort of mistake, perhaps you could get that cleared up over the phone. But whether or not you think this is cleared up, unless you get notification in writing from the court that you don't have to be at their hearing on the 11th, please go to court that day. I'd rather this be resolved and the judge say, hey, you didn't need to be here, than him call you and you're not there thinking it was resolved, because then they're going to issue another warrant for your arrest.
Okay.
So you might be right, but I don't know. So you'll have to clear that up with a Tolleson judge.
So just like you were saying earlier, it's just 10%, so it'd be 550?
That's my general understanding. So if you want to try to use a bonding company, you should call 1, 2, or all of the bonding companies on the list back in the jail. I think most of them require a minimum of 10% down. There are requirements on the back end, and sometimes they charge more. So find one of those lists when you get back there if you want to use a bonding company. And like I said, call 1, 2, or all of them, see what their requirements are for your specific case, and maybe you can find one that will work with you.
Okay.
Anything else? All right. Thank you very much. You can step back.
Thank you.
Richard Wiggins, if you'd please work your way into the courtroom. Eloy Jimenez, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Richard Anthony Wiggins, January 11th, 1986.
Thank you, Mr. Wiggins. You are here on 3 different matters. The first matter you're here on is a grand jury warrant. In that case, a state grand jury was convened and found probable cause to return an indictment against you. The allegations in the grand jury indictment are 1 count of trafficking in stolen property, which is a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of burglary, a Class 4 felony. The grand jury warrant alleges that those offenses were committed January 3rd of 2025. The second and third matters you're here on are both allegations that the grand jury indictment constitutes a term one violation of the 2 cases you're on probation for. In all 3 of these matters, I've appointed a lawyer to represent you. Your next court hearing on the grand jury warrant will be an arraignment hearing August 5th at 8:30. That's also the same date and time as your next hearing in the 2 probation matters. Don't worry about that. You'll be seen on all those calendars. The good news is you only have 1 hearing date and time, and you'll be seen on all 3 of those cases.
Even though I was just recently sentenced for my probation violation.
Was the probation violation that you were just sentenced for different?
No, it was for last week. It wasn't for anything different. No, it was for.
What was the alleged violation that you were sentenced for?
For changing address without proper notification.
Yeah, so that's not what this allegation is. This allegation, so that I think is terms 3, 4, and 5 violations. This is a new term 1 violation. So what the legal consequence of that would be, given that you were just sentenced on the other violations, you'll have to talk to your lawyer about. But what's happening right now is, independent of what's already happened in your probation case, adult probation is alleging that this grand jury warrant is a new violation of the terms of your probation. Okay, so again, all of your court hearings will be the 5th at 8:30. On the grand jury warrant, you have a $3,000 secured appearance bond. On the probation matters, it's a total of $1,000. So your total bond will be $4,000, all secured appearance. If you post that and you end up released from custody, you'll be responsible for getting yourself to that hearing on August 5th. You also cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription if you are released. Did you have any other questions, Mr. Wiggins? Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Kurt Sanchez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. April Wapetta, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Kurt Sanchez, March 20, 1967.
Thank you, Mr. Sanchez. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of attempted resisting arrest, 1 count of attempted tampering with physical evidence. Those are both Class 6 felonies, and 1 count of attempted shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those allegations, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you cannot go back to the scene where any of the alleged underlying events took place. You also cannot possess any weapons or drugs without a valid prescription if you're released from custody. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sanchez. You can step back and get your paperwork. Eloy Jimenez, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Tyler Walters, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Eloy Jimenez, 10/21/71.
Thank you, Mr. Jimenez. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you is 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence. It is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 4th and then a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 downtown. On that allegation, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription. You also cannot operate a motor vehicle if you are released and you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, I just got one question. Does the secure thing, is that just, that's got to be all cash, or is that how that works?
No, secured means that you have the opportunity to use a bonding company. It does not have to be posted in 100% cash.
Okay, it could be to 10% to 250?
Assuming that that's the requirement of a bonding company
Yeah.
you go through, yes. But if you want to use a bonding company, like I've told everybody else, find a list of them back in the jail and call them. The 10% is my general understanding of how they work, but I don't want you to rely on that. Call them and see what a bonding company would give you in your individual circumstance as their requirements, and then if you can find one that will work with you, then you can use that bonding company.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, thank you, sir. You can step back. April Wapetta, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Alison Ture, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
April Wapetta, April 15, 2000.
Thank you very much. You are here on 3 probation violation warrants. In all 3 cases, petitions to revoke your probation allege that you have violated terms 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in all 3 cases. Your next court hearing in all 3 of these matters will be a revocation arraignment hearing. It will take place August 5th. It will be in the probation court downtown. On these 3 warrants, you have a total secured appearance bond of $1,200. It is $500 on one of the warrants, $450 on the second, $250 on the third. So assuming my math is correct, that's a total of $1,200. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you are ordered not to possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back to your left and get your paperwork. Tyler Walters, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Ricky Redmond, if you'd please work your way to the second chair.
Hello.
Hi, can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Tyler J. Walters, June 1st, 1990.
Thank you, Mr. Walters. You are here on a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a status conference in an existing felony drug case. You have a lawyer already assigned to represent you in that case. That lawyer will continue to represent you.
Okay.
Your next court hearings will be a new status conference August 4th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing August 7th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you will then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings, and you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription if you end up released.
Okay.
Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walters. You can step back and get your paperwork. Alison Ture, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Terrence Coleman, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Alessandro Ture, November 1st, 1995.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ture. You are here on 2 different matters. The first matter you're here on is a bench warrant issued by the Superior Court when you failed to appear at a status conference in an existing felony drug case. In that case, you already have a lawyer assigned to represent you. That lawyer will continue on as your lawyer. Your next court hearing in that matter will be a status conference August 7th. It will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown, and you have a $350 secured appearance bond on that warrant. If you post that bond and you get released on that warrant, upon release, you cannot possess any drugs without a valid prescription. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation of a new drug offense. That allegation is 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony. I did not find probable cause to support that allegation. What that means is, well, what it doesn't mean is that that allegation is legally dismissed. It is still possible that the county attorney's office will file formal charges on that drug allegation, but I am not imposing any release conditions on that new allegation. I will appoint a lawyer for you. In the event that that is charged, you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. You do have to attend court hearings for that allegation, so you will have to go to court on August 13th at 8:30. When you go to that court hearing on the 13th, you will find out whether the county attorney has filed charges. If they have, you will then have a second court date on August 15th. If you go to court on the 13th and no charges have been filed, you will know that then. The reverse, though, if you do not go to court on the 13th and the county attorney has charged this case, that court's going to issue a warrant for your arrest. And at some point, you'd be picked up on that warrant and have to come back through here and do all this over again. So you have that $350 bond on the warrant in your existing case, no additional release restrictions, other than that you go to court on the 13th for that new case in case it's charged. Do you understand all that information?
So Yeah, I do.
Do you have questions? Go ahead if you do.
Yeah, so I can't leave until I make bond?
That's right. You won't be released on that existing case warrant, at least or until you post that $350 bond.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork. Ricky Redmond, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Taven Kerber, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Ricky, last name Redmond, 7/14/1984.
Thank you, Mr. Redmond. Okay, you are here on a failure to comply with court terms warrant issued by the El Mirage Municipal Court. The underlying allegation in that case is a misdemeanor disorderly conduct allegation. You are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of release conditions on the misdemeanor warrant.
I'm gonna wait till you finish.
Okay, that lawyer is going to be appointed by the next judge you see at your next court hearing. That hearing will be an arraignment hearing August 4th. It'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning in the El Mirage Municipal Court, and you have a $50 bond on that warrant. Go ahead.
Okay. If I may, Your Honor, I've already made payments on that and paid that completely off. I was advised by one of their personnel at El Mirage that I no longer had to deal with that case because I completed all the terminology or terms that was headed for that case. This happened back in 2016. If I'm under the correct understanding when this case was placed, it is 2025.
Well, so my records do indicate that this warrant was issued in 2020.
The case happened in 2016, Your Honor.
Okay, I have no way of knowing. Well, it looks like, according to my records, the alleged offense date was in 2019. So it may be a different case. I don't know.
No, it's El Mirage.
There's only one?
That's correct.
So yeah, my records indicate it was 2019, not 2016. But if you'll give me 1 second.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you in custody on something else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know what your release date is on whatever it is that you're otherwise in custody for?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
Okay, so here's the situation. According to the limited records I have from the El Mirage Court, it looks like the last thing they show on their docket is this warrant issued after a failure to appear in court. So according to the records I have access to, it does not look like that warrant was ever quashed. So it looks to me like they still have some underlying obligation. I'm not saying that's true. I have limited access to their records.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I have nothing to look at and confirm that this warrant is an error or bad. So what I'm inclined to do is leave the $50 bond on it. That means that you'll be transported to court by MCSO so that's 5 days away. Do you think that you'll still be in custody in 5 days on whatever else you're in custody for?
Your Honor, in all due respect, I have no earthly idea.
Okay.
And when this incident happened, Your Honor, I was actually active duty military at that time in 2019.
This one back in 2019? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
and I do
the
have
reason
my
I'm
gift
asking
card
is,
paperwork.
if I do anything other than put a small bond on this, MCSO is not going to transport you to your court hearing. So if you're in custody for something else and I don't put a bond on this case, that hearing will proceed and nobody here will take you to that court hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that $50 bond on there. That's going to ensure that MCSO takes you to El Mirage on the 4th for that hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
That judge is the one that can get this all cleared up. So if I'm wrong and you're right, and this has all been taken care of, and this is some sort of mistake that they never released this warrant, the El Mirage judge can clear that up for you on August 4th.
Yes, Your Honor.
If it's not a mistake and El Mirage still thinks that there's something outstanding in that case, that judge can hopefully clearly tell you what it is that needs to happen that hasn't happened in this case,
Yes, Your Honor.
and then you can get it put back on track. Also, last thing, when you go to court on the 4th, You're going to have a lawyer for purposes of release conditions. Tell your lawyer that you have a bond on this case and that the court imposed that bond only for purposes of getting you transported.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your lawyer can work with the El Mirage court to try to get that bond taken off so that you don't end up actually having to pay it. The purpose of it, like I said, is to get you transported to court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Does all of that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor, it totally does.
Okay.
Thank
Do you
so
have
much.
any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Redmond. You can step back and get your paperwork. Thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you, ma'am.
Terrence Coleman, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Matthew Ross, if you'd please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Terrence Lamar Coleman, 7/21/84.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 2 counts of dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 13th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing August 15th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Sir, please take a seat. Please take a seat. Okay, on these allegations, I am inclined to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. Upon release, you would be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings.
Thank you.
You would also be responsible for contacting pretrial services. That means once you get out of custody, you will have to give them a call. Their contact information will be in a little packet that you get with your release paperwork, so please keep both of those things. Upon release, you would also be ordered not to return to the scene where you were arrested, and you could not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand all of those conditions, Mr. Coleman, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Taven Kerber, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Michael Nigro, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Tyron Kerber, 3/12/02.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kerber. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespassing, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did not find probable cause to support the narcotic drug allegation, but I did find probable cause to support the criminal trespassing allegation. What that means is that I am only imposing release conditions on the trespassing allegation. I did appoint a lawyer to represent you. In the event that that narcotic drug allegation is formally charged, the lawyer that I've appointed here will defend you against that allegation. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 13th and then a preliminary hearing August 15th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. And I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, meaning you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. You would then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings, and you would be ordered not to return to the scene where the alleged trespassing offense took place and not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription upon release. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Kerber, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if released?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Matthew Ross, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Divine Peebles, if you'd work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Matthew Ross, September 22nd, 1988.
Thank you, Mr. Ross. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. The allegation against you was 1 count of dangerous drug possession. It is a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause to support that allegation. I've also appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference August 13th and then a preliminary hearing August 15th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance, so you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. You would then be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings, and you would be ordered not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription upon release. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Ross, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you are released?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Michael Nigro, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. He's coming? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just put down the podium, please.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Michael Victor Negro, 10/10/62.
Thank you, Mr. Nigro. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause to support those allegations. That does not mean that they are legally dismissed. The county attorney's office could still file charges on those allegations, but what my finding of no probable cause does mean is that you will be released from custody with no release restrictions except for one, and that one restriction is that you attend court hearings. So you will have a hearing on August 13th at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Depending on what happens on the 13th, you might then also have a hearing on the 15th. When you go to court on the 13th, if charges are filed, you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer, and there will be a public defender present to represent you. If the county attorney files charges on these allegations and you don't go to that court hearing on the 13th, that judge is going to issue a warrant for your arrest. So please make sure that you're in court on the 13th at 8:30, but you will get out of custody here today, and other than going back to court on the 13th, you have no other release restrictions. Do you understand that information?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nigro. You can step back and get your paperwork. Do we need to clear or are we good?
What's your name? No, I got it.
Okay, Mr. Peoples, if you'll work your way into the courtroom, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
Divine Angela Peebles, 02-16-1994.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peoples. You are here on an allegation of a new offense. That allegation is 1 count of indecent exposure. It is a misdemeanor allegation. Because that is a misdemeanor allegation, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. That means that you will not get a court-appointed lawyer to represent you. If you want to have a lawyer defend you against this allegation, you will have to hire a lawyer at your own expense. Your next court hearing on this matter will be an arraignment hearing August 12th. It will be at 1:30 in the afternoon in the University Lakes Justice Court. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance on this allegation, meaning you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. Upon release, you would be prohibited from being present on any property owned or controlled by Arizona State University. Specifically, you could not return to the scene where this alleged event took place. You would also be ordered not to possess any weapons or to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription if you were released. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Peebles, and do you agree that you'll abide by them?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Okay, that concludes the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. This court will stand in recess until 5 p.m.